Hello everyone, Michael here and welcome back to Factorio Railway School. In the previous episode we have set up green science protection, upgraded our power and smelting. In this episode we are going to be setting up oil production and we are going to start producing blue science as well. So now I am just setting up oil mining because so I have a backup and I can use it. I like to put in four uh, four fluid tanks for so I like to put in four fluid tanks so, so I have a plenty of buffer, but I just decided to put in two because I'm going to have refining pretty soon. Now I am just plunking down some refineries. I fiddle a bit with those underground wells so it doesn't overlap the uranium or stone deposits. I am just working out how to pipe the different oil products so they don't mix. And this time I'm putting into 4 tanks, so I have plenty of buffering. In the end I have to move the what it's called. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember. You know, heavy or light oil, petroleum. I have to move the petroleum because of light oil to manage, and now we have full refining. I decided to put in 2 extra refineries because they don't consume oil that big. And a little bit extra never hurts. Now here are the 2 extra refineries. I have to go back to grab some pipes. I'm very glad that I set up that pipe production, so I don't have to manually craft all these pipes, because that is just painful. Yeah, there is some interesting piping with the light oil, where I have to put in a couple underground belts so it doesn't connect to the petroleum tanks. Now I'm going to set up engine production for my personal use mainly, so I have some backup when trains come. It's pretty straightforward, just I have a pipe factory already put into your factory, a chest with steel, and there I have engine production. I am going to upgrade the smelting area to red belts, at least part of it for now, because pretty much that is what is bottlenecking it at the moment. The ore input and the plate output. Now we immediately see an improvement. But now the start of the furnace line is constantly going. I also put in a couple of red belts at the output just to help with belt compression and help the furnaces with outputting. Also, I just noticed that I don't have the last 4 iron smelters connected with an input, so I will fix that next episode. I am just setting up sulfur production. Just slowly, as we research things, I will be setting up all the iron refining and iron refining, oil refining as we go, just bit by bit. Now I'm upgrading a bit more of the smelting, and I'm going to split the iron line into two, because I will need it for sulfuric acid. And I put in red belts to the splitters, so it does not limit throughput. Now I start belting the iron plate, but then I realized that batteries need copper, so I end up splitting the belt with half of it going half of it bringing iron, the other half copper. So I can use the same belt for sulfur and batteries as well, and don't need a separate copper belt. So now I am just setting up sulfuric acid production, and in the start I just put in a single inserter for sulfur, but that's just not enough. So I'm soon going to upgrade it. Now 2 inserters should be enough, even if they don't, I only have 2 inserters outputting from the sulfur production, so it won't bottleneck it, the sulfuric acid production. Now I'm just fiddling with the battery production. In the end I just put in at the beginning I just put in a single refinery, or not refinery, chemical plant, but I decided to upgrade it to 3. And I just fiddle around with how I pipe it, so I still have place for inserters. Yeah, this is what I decide on. And I put the batteries into a buffer chest, because I just can't use them and they take a long while to manufacture, so I just buffer them for when we'll use it. Plastics research is almost finished, but plastics need coal. So yeah, I'm just figuring out where to put the plastic production, I think. And I'm looking at how backed up the heavy oil and light oil tanks are. They are still not full. So that's one thing I will have to keep an eye on, the heavy oil and light oil tanks, because if they back up, I will not have any oil refining. So any oil production and the derivatives thereof are going to be stopped, which is not ideal, to say the least. So now I put in the chemical plant for plastics. I am going to soon need it for red circuits, which research for which is almost finished. Here it is. Now I'm going to start rail research and start setting up red science for the blue science tracks. But first we need some green science production and green circuit production. And I fiddled around a lot with how to bring the iron round, and in the end I wanted to bring it from the top side of the circuit production, but then I realized there is not enough space, so I tried to move it to the bottom side. But if I move it to the bottom side, I can just split the iron line later, so I just do that. And pretty much this is the circuit production for red science and also some other stuff. And I also need some circuits for red circuits. How many times I'm going to call it red science, I don't know. So I bring down plastic, I put it on one half of a belt, and the other half will get green circuits, and I put in 4 assemblers for red circuits. That is going to be plenty. So now we pretty much have red circuits. Now I am going to make some rail production. Because, you know, I will need a lot of them pretty soon. Well, pretty soon as in a couple of episodes. But it never hurts to start making those early. So now I am just looking at what else do I need for blue science. And I need engine units, and I don't really have much in the way of engine manufacturing. Only that single assembler, which is not gonna be enough. I'm trying to be lazy here and only use that single and back up blue science and only research them slowly, but that is not going to work. So I will have to put in some extra engine production later. Now I'm just getting ready for the mining drill production. Yeah, and I just look at how many mining drills I need. I put in a ton of assemblers for them, then look at the construction time and realize I only need to get about one blue things a second. But since we are going to be limited with engine production, I won't even need that much. Yeah. So, but that pretty much is everything I need for blue science. So I'm just passing it over. Yeah, this is when I decide to just delete the other mining drill production because I am limited by the engines anyway. And at this time I do not plan on expanding the engine production, but that just can't continue with this little engine, so I will expand it. But I now have blue science, so I can do blue research as well. I just need to put in the inserters 3 science lab. Now I am researching solar energy, and I don't really need it for trains, but I want to do a power suit with logistic bot or construction bot, so I can clear forests and place down rails faster. And for that I pretty much need solar power for my power suit, because without solar power I can only use fusion reactors, which is quite a way off from my current development, and I don't want to wait without rails. So I am going to have a solar powered power suit, be it person or roboport, to facilitate my needs, my building needs. So now I am setting up solar panel production. This is a slow process, so setting it up early is always a good thing. This is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I see you next time.